Vegas 1 live at 9. A live look at the new Paris Las Vegas resort. It opens in 1 hour. We're going to show it to you now. And we're also going to show you some other things you can find out, and we're going to show you the Eiffel Tower, a bird's eye view of the Eiffel Tower, and you won't want to miss our tour. News 1 starts now.
You're watching Las Vegas 1 on Cox Cable. Live from the studios of the Las Vegas Sun and Channel 8's Eyewitness News, this is News 1 at 9.
Welcome to this special edition of Las Vegas 1. We're going to take you live to the opening of Paris Las Vegas. I'm Deborah Levy, live here in the studio. My co-anchor John Purvis is at the Paris Las Vegas resort right now. A lot of excitement building. The resort opens just 1 hour from now, and our own Lynn Stewart joins us with the crowd. And Lynn, describe what's going on around you and where you are right now.
Well, right now, Deborah, I'm out in front of Paris Las Vegas, but there's not too much going on here because they are keeping the crowds down by Las Vegas Boulevard. But still, there's a lot of excitement in the air here, especially with VIPs like Brad Pitt coming and enjoying the music, the food, and the fanfare. But even before these celebrities stepped inside Las Vegas Paris, they had a real feel for what it was all about, since everyone from the bellman to the maitre d' all know their role in transporting you to the City of Lights. And the guests seem to be having a good time with it as well. The hotel says it's all part of making guests feel like they're in another place and time.
We're trying to capture the authentic spirit of Paris, and to do that you have to get people to adopt a character, to realize that they're playing a role in this city of Paris.
Bonjour! Bonjour, monsieur, madame. Bienvenue à Paris. Welcome to Paris.
Registration clerk Kristen St. Cyr takes that responsibility very seriously.
If you walk down the hall, you'll hear it's bonjour, monsieur, bonjour, madame. So I enjoy it because we're going a step further to, kind of make it a fantasy for the guests.
Even when Kristen's off duty, she says she remains in character. Are you ever out of character?
Actually, I can honestly say no.
Au revoir, à bientôt.
Monsieur Higby says he knows the extra effort is working when he sees the smile on guests' faces.
We're trying to make a difference, I think. And I think we're going to do it. And speaking of our show, we have a limo coming in, and I need to do this. Au revoir.
Deborah, if you're coming down to Paris, Las Vegas, you may want to brush up on your French. Now, the workers here tell me that one of the most important phrases that they've learned is bonne chance. That means good luck. Back to you.
What about bon appetit?
Well, that one's a good one for me.
Now, of course, Paris has worked at making itself look very authentic, and its signature landmark is that 50-story Eiffel Tower replica. And my co-anchor John Purvis joins us now from the bottom of it. John?
That's right. I'm in the pool area right now where the crowd is being entertained by a series of French entertainers, including conductor Michel Legrand. He's conducting the Nevada Symphony Orchestra. He's an Oscar-winning composer of movies like The Thomas Crown Affair and Summer of '42. Also entertaining the crowd is Lynn Renaud, a longtime Las Vegas entertainer who splits her time between Las Vegas and Paris, and the crowd seems to be loving it right now. Of course, nothing French is complete without paying tribute to the food that made France famous. Paris Las Vegas has 8 French-inspired restaurants, including an upscale cafe, 2-level rotisserie, and the La Village Buffet, which features food from 5 French provinces. Dishes include seafood, meats, and crepes, all prepared with a decidedly French flair.
Buffets in Las Vegas are famous, but this buffet itself is unique in the sense that it is truly Parisian. There's no tacos served here. It's all French food, and the food quality is there.
Now that, as you saw there, was designed to look like a French village, so buffet goers can sample a variety of French breads and cheeses and tasty desserts. And in case you were wondering, the prices range from about $9 to 95 cents for breakfast to $19.95 for dinner, and then the Sunday brunch. Now, people are not just walking along the Strip waiting for Paris to open. They're also driving by, slowing down, hoping to grab a glimpse of the new resort. We're going to go live now to Eyewitness News reporter Tasha Rako in Chopper 8. Tasha, how does traffic look right now around the Strip?
Hi there, Deborah. It is a nightmare out here, but just bumper-to-bumper traffic on the Las Vegas Strip. Take a look here. All the red lights you see heading down the Las Vegas Strip. Nobody's moving, and coming up is the same situation. Heading southbound on Las Vegas Boulevard is backed up all the way to about Desert Inn. Just tons of people trying to come up. Northbound direction about to Tropicana, but keep in mind they do have one lane blocked off in front of the Paris, and in that one lane is just hundreds of people waiting to get into the Paris come about 10 o'clock. If you were thinking you were going to come down here for the 10 o'clock opening, you're probably going to miss it. The traffic is just so horrible out here, both on Flamingo, Las Vegas Boulevard, Tropicana. Everything is bumper to bumper. You may want to wait a while and let all the traffic get into the South Park or Ballet area. Maybe give it till 10 or 10:30 even to clear out completely. But there are huge delays right now, and from up here, the only way I can tell you to come in is maybe try using Harmon. And if you're trying to avoid this area, you may want to use Desert Inn or go as far down as Russell to stay away from this mess. But all I can see are red brake lights and a steady stream of bright headlights. So beware if you're coming out here. Just be extra patient and be extra careful. There's lots of pedestrians all over the sidewalks. And as you can see there, lots of cars as well. From Chopper 8, I'm Tasha Rako. Las Vegas 1.
Thanks, Tasha. We're going to check back with you in a little bit. And of course, you don't have to go anywhere. You can stay tuned to Las Vegas 1. We're going to bring you complete coverage of the opening of Paris throughout the next hour. We're going to go back now to John Purvis, who has the best seat in the house. John?
I sure do, Deborah. As you know, every Las Vegas resort, to really make it, has to have a hook, something that attracts a lot of attention. The one here at Paris Las Vegas is obvious. It's right behind me, a half-scale replica of the Eiffel Tower. Eyewitness News' Roy Johnson gives us a closer look at this Eiffel.
Gustave Eiffel first drew up plans for a huge French tower in the late 1880s. It was an enormous task then, and an enormous task now. The folks at the Perini Building Company say before they built this tower, they went to Paris and studied the original.
It was much bigger than I thought, and to think that it was built back at the turn of the century with cranes and other equipment that we have today that wasn't available back then, it was quite a feat.
The feat here in Las Vegas was to build the tower and make it fit in a crowded space.
The biggest challenge with this Eiffel Tower is the fact that three of the legs pierced through the casino structure.
And that meant crews had to work together and very carefully. After all, this Eiffel Tower must withstand desert heat, high winds, possible earthquakes, and it has to meet strict fire and safety codes.
Las Vegas's Eiffel Tower is half the size of the original in Paris, but that doesn't mean it's not an impressive structure. It reaches 550 feet into the air, made with 5,000 tons of structural steel and 300,000 rivets.
But if you look closely, those rivets aren't really rivets. This structure is welded, and the rivets were added to make it look just like the original. Add to that special lighting and paint, and you have a sight to behold.
I just think the European flavor is brought to Las Vegas here with the Eiffel Tower. Obviously, it's a prominent landmark throughout the world. People are very impressed with our ability, I guess, to build that here in Las Vegas.
Rory Johnston, Eyewitness News.
Now, two of the Eiffel Tower's top attractions will be an elegant French restaurant up on the 17th floor and, of course, an observation deck. A glass elevator will take you up to the observation deck. It can hold almost 100 people, and either the restaurant or the observation deck will offer you spectacular views of the Las Vegas Strip. Deborah.
Right, John, we'll check back with you in a little bit. And our coverage of the Paris opening continues with a special lighting ceremony of the Eiffel Tower and the Paris balloon. And you don't need to leave your living room. Stay with us. We'll bring you all of the happenings live. Still waiting to bring you fireworks from the new Paris Las Vegas. We're going to go back out to John now, who's with Gary Thompson from the Las Vegas Sun. John, any word if the fireworks show is still on?
Don't know yet, Deborah. As far as we know, they're still on, but it is a little breezy from time to time out here. Right now, we're being entertained by the orchestra and a composition by French composer Michel Legrand. I believe it's The Windmills of Your Mind. I'm not quite sure. You also know a little bit about one of the other entertainers who's out here tonight, Line Renaud. Tell us about her and her connections to Las Vegas.
She's been a performer here for more than 50 years, John, and she has moved back to Paris now and lives there now, but considers this her second home. And she told a very cute story today about this is the second time she's been asked to be the godmother of a major event in Las Vegas. The first time was 35 years ago when she dedicated the first traffic light at the corner of the Strip and Charleston Boulevard.
You've been coming to these casino openings for more than 20 years. How does this compare to the others?